Everybody, we're back. We are back. Listen, we've had 2 recent videos that both delved a little bit into Tory Nichols, right? We had the video about Robby's love life and which girl he belongs with for the long haul.
Right.
And we also had our video about Sam LaRusso, where I got a lot of flack. I called her a psychopath. Everybody got mad. Latte hate, Shantae Cherry, it was the whole thing. Yeah. Speaking of which, Shantae, who kept commenting about how angry she was, she kept saying, well, where's the video about Tory? How come you're not talking about Tory?
Here it is, Shantae.
How come you don't want Tory to be a psycho? Well, look, this video is called The Psychoology of Tory Nichols. That's as close as it gets, okay? It's very close. You were mad I called Sam a psycho. Here you go. Here's a video kind of about Tory being a psycho. All right, The Psychology of Tory Nichols. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, let's get into this. So, first of all, I want to dispel a little myth. I do not believe that Tory would not have liked Sam, even if Sam never started that fight with her.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe for a second that Tory was just like, I do believe that they're the kind of people who would not have liked each other no matter what. Mm-hmm. I can see that they're just so different. They would have nothing really in common and they wouldn't really click.
Yeah.
But I don't think that had a goddamn thing to do with the fact that Tory and Sam are arch enemies.
We didn't have to swear about it.
No, I'm gonna. Because Sam started that fight in every way. Tory was minding
when they met.
Yeah. Tory was minding her own business, just stealing some silverware, having a good time. Right? And then Sam comes up and Sam storms up there like she's like she's the local police, you know, like,
yes.
Well, my mom's missing her fucking purse. I don't suppose you'd know anything about that, huh?
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
You know, and like poor Tory is just like, no, I didn't rob your mom, bitch. Yeah. And Sam's like, oh, right. Like she keeps doubling down, right?
Yeah,
she did. Like you wouldn't have stolen some stuff, and like you wouldn't steal this, and like you wouldn't steal that. And then what does Tory do? Does Tory get angry like everybody wants to pretend? No, she didn't get angry. She just kind of
did a little.
Well, a little, but she didn't take it out on Sam, is what I'm saying. She turned around, she and Aisha, I think Aisha was like, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
She and Aisha turned around to leave. And what does Sam do? She gets physically aggressive with Tory.
Yeah.
She grabbed her purse.
Yeah.
Only a LaRusso. You know what I mean? Only a LaRusso would stoop to that level.
Yeah.
So she tries to grab her backpack or purse or whatever that was. And then Tory turns around and I don't even, it's not really clear what happened.
Yeah, it happened very fast.
It was kind of like when Miguel hit Sam. You couldn't really tell if it was a push or a punch. This show does that a lot. They want to leave it sort of like, you know, kind of gray area as to exactly what took place.
Leaves it to your imagination, like the movie Psycho. Ha!
Yeah.
See how I tied that up
Bringing
there?
it all together. Yeah. So then Tory turns around, and Tory ends up kind of like, you could tell it was an accident. Like she reacted.
Yeah,
she
did. Yeah.
But she was shocked because then Sam goes down, and it was, by the way, that was a callback to No Retreat, No Surrender. I know a lot of people will say that that's not true. But if anyone knows the 80s like I do, No Retreat, No Surrender was another movie studio's ripoff of Karate Kid. It's like Karate Kid came out, did gangbusters money, and then when Karate Kid 2 was coming out, they wanted to match it, so they put out No Retreat, No Surrender. Mm-hmm. And there is a scene in No Retreat, No Surrender where Jason gets kicked exactly like what happened here. And he goes flying, and he got a lot of food on him too. No one has gotten more food on themselves than Sam LaRusso got when Tory knocked her into
covered.
The thing. I bet the production and the crew and the other actors just took like the whole afternoon to just put more and more food on her for that scene. Yeah. They're probably like, okay, we're going to get back to filming. And she's like, no, not yet. Let's put a few more chocolate mousses all over her hair.
Someone in that crew too was probably like, this is a lot of food we're wasting.
And I bet they were just decorating her and stuff. Because when they took the shot of her being on top of the table on the ground there, the only part of her that wasn't covered in food is her face.
Yeah.
It's just, nice friends you've got here. It looked like an Abbott and Costello routine.
Yeah.
She's got food all over the place. She's laying there like a jackass. Even Tory was shocked.
Yeah, she was.
So my point is, Sam didn't just start the fight. She started it. She doubled down. She tripled down on it. She got physically aggressive. She did everything wrong there. Mm-hmm. And Sam's like some detective. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I get it. So she stole silverware, which means everything that ever goes missing ever again is because of Tory, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the psychology of Tory is she doesn't really take shit from anyone. She doesn't take shit from Sam. She doesn't take shit from... I think Sam is like a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Tori has had it with being bullied by life. She's had it with being bullied by Sam. She's not going to have anyone come along and make her life any worse. Because frankly, her life is like... It's like being up on the... what's that trapeze thing? Like on the high wire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's trying to navigate each and every day. She's got the sick mom. She's got the crazy aunt. Mm-hmm. She's taking care of her little brother. She's a kid herself. And now she's got to fit in karate and all this too.
Yeah, she has to.
You know, thank God Kreese is paying for those lessons.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to juggle.
It is, yeah. And, I feel for Tori. I can relate to her on many levels. It's hard when you're growing up in an environment where you have to grow up fast and you have to take on these adult responsibilities. And, she really resents the rich kids who live in that bubble like Sam does. And they don't have to do the things that she has to do just to survive. And so that's why I really loved the scene when she was with Miguel and they were at doing the punching bag, I think it was. And Tori said, some kids have it easy. We have to fight for every inch that's ours. And that's her philosophy and her outlook on life. And that really feeds her psychology. That's the way that she views everyone that she meets, every situation that she's in.
Yeah, totally true. But again, I do want to stress, I don't think I think that happens to be a thing that would have put her at odds with Sam anyway, where they wouldn't have liked each other. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely not why she's having this problem with Sam. She's having the problem with Sam because Sam started the fight, picked on her, and now her psychology, Tori's, mm-hmm. is the kind of psychology where you're going to keep fighting back. You're going to keep, if life or Sam wants to bring something bad to you, you're going to keep beating it down every time you see it.
Yeah.
You're not going to let it keep rearing its ugly head.
Yeah.
And I think that's really where she's coming from. And I think she's very misunderstood here. I think she's a girl who's really taken a lot of abuse, and she wants to make very clear to her tormentor she's not taking any more.
Yeah.
And she will put every bit of chocolate mousse, every dessert, every cupcake, anything on top. I'll never get over that scene of Sam laying there with all that food all over her.
Yeah.
All I can think is no retreat, no surrender, but worse. Yeah, so I think that's a big misconception about Tori. I think it's unfair that they put her in that. But anyway, so let me ask you this now. What about her attraction to Robby? Where does that come from in her psychology? Is that legit? Is it just because he's around, it's sort of happenstance that they're both in Cobra Kai and things lined up for them time-wise in terms of the prom?
Yeah, no, I think it's totally legit. I mean, they are now in each other's spheres, so there's the luck of the draw that way. But I think it's legit that she would be attracted to him because they do have so much in common in terms of their backgrounds and their psychologies that, she has a hard time trusting people and trusting that, that someone is going to understand her and where she's coming from and why she has to fight so hard. Kreese gets her and Robby gets her. Not many other people, in her world get her. Even her own Cobra Kai teammates, like when, Kyler says to her, hey, you want to go stand in line and buy some new Nikes? He doesn't even know her. If he knew her, he would know that she, A, doesn't have time to go stand in line for anything. She's got to go to work and earn a living. And B, that living does not afford her brand new Nikes.
Yeah, that kid's such an asshole anyway. Yeah, I think her psychology is very interesting because she's really the least, even more so than Robby, I think. She's got the hardest life out of everybody there.
Yeah.
And Robbie's had to fend for himself a lot.
Yeah.
But she's also got to fend for herself and then take care of the mom who's sick and everything. She's really got a lot to juggle. And then she's got to deal with Shantae and all those mean comments on our channel, putting her down all the time, saying that Tori... Shantae said that Tori attempted murder. When was her attempted murder on this show?
I don't know.
What the hell is she talking about?
I don't know.
Speaking of comments on our channel, though, guys, comment. Let us know, what do you think of Tori's psychology?
Hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, click bells and all that shit. But let us know what you think about Tori's character here, too, because she's again, the show likes to do this. They like to portray someone as sort of a bad guy, but maybe not really.
Yeah.
Right? And they've done that a lot with her.
They blur the lines a lot.
Yeah, they really blur the lines a lot. But I really see this as a character who is just struggling to stay afloat and not like anything else pull her down. Mm-hmm. And you get a little slut like Sam LaRusso come
Oh
along.
my God.
And Sam just wants, oh, my mom had a rough day at work yesterday. Would you know anything about that? Would you know anything about that? And by the way, we tried to be fair. We had Sam on the show the other day, if you remember. Sam called in.
She called into our show.
We thought we were going to make peace with Sam.
Yeah.
It didn't go well at all. We ended up in...
She blew us off.
She absolutely hates us. I'm ready to take nunchucks to her myself after that phone call.
Oh my God.
So we'll link to that video, guys, if you want. We'll link to that video.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out the video we did about Robby's sex life. And who we thought was going to be his best match.
It was just about who's his best match.
And be sure you also check out the other Sam LaRusso video, too. There's 2 Sam LaRusso videos.
Yeah.
And so much shit here. But yeah, let us know what you think, guys. Any final thoughts?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow.